This one tiny practice could unknowingly increase your risk of having a stroke while you sleep if you're over 60. Not a warning. No discomfort. You'll be all right in a moment. Then you lose your equilibrium, your speech becomes slurred, or you are unable to raise your arm. As a brain physician, I have witnessed far too many elderly people experience this, not as a result of smoking, eating poorly, or exercising insufficiently, but rather due to something they believed was beneficial. Vitamins. Indeed, it is. Vitamins. Millions of seniors take vitamins every day in the hopes of maintaining their memory, increasing their energy, or protecting their bones. While many are beneficial, some can subtly endanger your brain, particularly when taken in excess or at the wrong time. Today, I want to go over 5 common vitamins that can raise your risk of stroke, blood pressure spikes, or brain hemorrhages, particularly in the early morning when your brain is at its most sensitive. This movie could save your life if you've ever taken niacin, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin B6, or vitamin A. I'd love to know before we start. Have you ever wondered if taking vitamins could be harmful? In the comments, type 1. If all of this is new to you, type 0 to find out more. Additionally, remember to like this video and subscribe to Senior Health if you or someone you care about values brain health. For frank, scientifically supported advice, tailored specifically for senior citizens. Let's begin with vitamin D, which is the most unexpected of all. What you don't know about it could make a restful night's sleep risky. And I want to know whether you're with me if you're now watching. If this video resonates with you, type 1 in the comments section. If not, type 0. It's beneficial for your immune system, your mood, and your bones, as you've surely heard. In moderation, all of that is accurate. However, the majority of seniors are never informed of this. Overdosing on vitamin D, particularly at night, can subtly increase your risk of stroke. That may sound startling, but I have witnessed it happen to my own patients. Consider Mr. Walter, a retired Navy veteran who is 74 years old. He was observant, well-behaved, and concerned about his health. Like clockwork, he arranged his vitamins every morning, including a 10,000 IU vitamin D capsule that he purchased over the counter. He thought he was keeping his bones safe. He was unaware, however, that this seemingly insignificant habit was gradually driving his body into a silent catastrophe. His wife discovered him bewildered one morning. He had trouble speaking. He had a limp right arm, a stroke, all night. His blood pressure was all over the place, his arteries were stiff, and his calcium levels were dangerously high. The offender? Toxicities of vitamin D. You see, taking large amounts of vitamin D, especially without a doctor's prescription, causes your blood to become more calcium-rich. Additionally, because your body is unsure of what to do with all that excess calcium, it channels it into your arteries, narrowing and stiffening them. And you know where that might go? A clot of blood that goes directly to your brain. In addition to dehydration, inadequate sleep, and a calcium increase at night, aging causes our arteries to naturally become less flexible. Additionally, you've made the ideal environment for stroke. The most terrifying aspect? No red flags are present. You wake up with your life completely altered, but you go to bed feeling fine. Here's something you might not be aware of. In the United States, a large number of over-the-counter vitamin D supplements contain significantly more than older persons truly require. 5,000 IU? 10,000 IU? People believe that taking more is better, so they do so every day. However, research indicates that if you are not deficient, even 2,000 IU per day might be excessive. Let me explain. Always take your vitamin D in the morning, not before bed, and get your blood levels tested frequently if you're taking it, especially if you're taking it with calcium or cardiac drugs. Are you aware of the number of IUs in your supplement? In the comments, type D. Let's start a discussion if you currently take vitamin D. If this made you reconsider, please like this video so that others can see it as well. Now, wait if that caught you off guard. For heart health, many people take the next vitamin. However, it can cause something even more deadly than a clot in older folks: a cerebral hemorrhage. Let's discuss vitamin E. Vitamin E is frequently referred to as the heart helper. You're not the only one who has been taking it for years. In the hopes of supporting their heart, improving circulation, and possibly even improving their memory and skin health, many people over 60 incorporate vitamin E into their daily regimen. This, however, is the section that is not included on the bottle label. Excessive vitamin E can raise the risk of brain hemorrhage, particularly when used with common heart drugs. Yes, even if everything is going according to plan. Allow me to tell you a story I will always remember. Mrs. Evelyn Brooks, an 81-year-old Ohio librarian who retired. She usually had a book with her and was funny and intelligent. She was taking the usual blood thinner warfarin for a heart valve problem. Her physicians kept a careful eye on everything. She had good blood tests, she had steady pressure. But one day, after seeing an advertisement for a bottle of natural vitamin E in a magazine, she picked it up. Each pill contains 800 IU. She informed me that I believed it would improve my circulation and memory. She was sent to the emergency room 3 weeks later after experiencing vomiting, confusion, and a bad headache. A brain scan revealed internal bleeding from a hemorrhagic stroke. Her blood was too thin to clot due to the combination of warfarin and high-dose vitamin E, not because of high blood pressure or a fall. Her brain gave apart in just one brittle vessel. The majority of people are unaware of this. When taken in large quantities, vitamin E acts as a natural anticoagulant. It slows clotting, in other words. Adding vitamin E while taking aspirin, Plavix, or any other blood thinner increases the risk of silent internal bleeding, particularly in the brain, where even a tiny hemorrhage can impair your ability to move, speak, or remember things. Get this too. For elderly persons, a daily dose of only 15 milligrams, or roughly 22 international units, is advised. However, the majority of supplements seen in stores have 200, 400, or even 1,000 IU each pill. Many people have been taking them daily for years with no warnings or consultations. Despite her survival, Mrs. Evelyn now uses a cane to walk. She never had the same short-term memory. "I only wanted to assist myself," she informed me while crying. "I was unaware that I was hurting people. The thing that hurts my heart is that." Therefore, she is not alone herself. Many elderly people believe that anything that is a vitamin must be safe. However, not all vitamins are safe, particularly if you're on blood pressure or cardiac medication. Consult your physician before making any new additions. There is another vitamin that people take for energy and nerve support that can subtly harm your nerves, sometimes irreversibly, if the thought of a brain bleed wasn't frightening enough. Let's discuss vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 is referred to as a brain or nerve enhancer. It may be familiar to you from the pharmacy bottles that promise to improve memory, focus, or vitality. Perhaps you've even heard that it helps with aging nerves. However, the majority of seniors are never cautioned about this. In fact, too much vitamin B6 can harm your nerves, sometimes irreversibly. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Harold Jenkins. He was a 76-year-old Kansas truck driver who had retired. He came into my office because he was having trouble balancing, his hands were tingling, and his feet were numb. He initially believed it to be aging. Then he began to fall. Once, then again. He struck his head on the restroom floor for the third time. I immediately recognized the problem when I looked over his supplements. He had been taking a formula for nerve support for more than a year. According to the label, it promoted circulation and mental health. However, within every tablet, 100 milligrams of B6. Additionally, he was taking 2 pills daily. That amounts to 200 milligrams every day, more than 10 times the senior safe upper limit that is advised. The frightening phase is about to begin. B6 accumulates in your body over time, in contrast to certain other vitamins that are eliminated by urine. Additionally, it can harm the sheath that surrounds your nerves in older folks, much like removing insulation from a wire. The outcome? Tingling, numbness, weakening of the muscles, shaking, even problems with memory or confusion. Even worse, the symptoms appear gradually. A lot of individuals believe it to be arthritis, or growing older, or dementia in its early stages. Actually, though, B6 poisoning might be the cause. A gradual, avoidable form of nerve injury brought on by a medication intended to be helpful. And if not detected in time, it may be irreversible. Mr. Jenkins was fortunate. The damage didn't worsen after we stopped taking the supplement. He still uses a cane, though. He is no longer a driver. "I just wanted to protect my brain," he said. "I was poisoning it without realizing it." Let's be clear. Vitamin B6 is essential, but only in trace levels. Elderly people only require 2 to 10 milligrams daily, and the benefits of food are included in it. However, a lot of brain support pills that are available in stores or online include 50, 100, or even 200 milligrams. It's not just superfluous, it's risky. Check the label if the supplement you're taking says nervous, brain, or energy. Recognize your numbers. And if you've taken a supplement like that, enter B6 in the comments, or have knowledge of someone who has. At least some vitamins, like vitamin A, must be safe, you may be thinking. You mean it's only for eyesight? Not quite, that is. Let's discuss vitamin A. You've undoubtedly heard that vitamin A is necessary for healthy vision if you're like the majority of older individuals. You may have even taken it for skin health, immune system function, or because you heard it promotes a healthy aging process. However, almost nobody tells you this, particularly if you're older than 60. An excess of vitamin A does more than merely dwell in your body. It accumulates. Additionally, it can eventually raise the pressure inside your skull, simulating a stroke, impairing your vision, and possibly even having an impact on your brain. I would like to introduce you to Ms. Dorothy Simmons. She was a 79-year-old Oregonian piano teacher who had retired. She took pride in her independence, taught students from her living room, and liked music. However, she began experiencing headaches one day. Then the vision became blurry. Then the lightheadedness, and the speech that was slurred. Her family was terrified. A stroke. However, something unexpected was discovered when we performed her scans. No clot, no bleeding. Rather, her intracranial pressure was high. The brain is under excessive pressure. The fluid in her spine was backed up. Her brain had tiny veins that were stressed. The reason? Toxicity of vitamin A. For more than 5 years, she had been taking a high-dose skin and eye supplement, nearly 10,000 IU day every day, without even realizing it. This is the main distinction. Vitamin A dissolves in fat. Your body stores it then. in your brain, liver, and other tissues. Unlike vitamins C and B, it does not flush away. Furthermore, that accumulation occurs even more quickly as we age because our liver slows down. The disorder known as pseudotumor cerebri, or fake brain tumor, can result from an excess of vitamin A in the body. The signs? Headaches, double or blurred eyesight, lightheadedness, feeling queasy, even irreversible cognitive deterioration or eyesight loss. The difficult part? The entire required amount of vitamin A is already present in several multivitamins. However, by applying skin, eye, or anti-aging treatments on top, some people, like Ms. Dot, unintentionally double or that. The senior's safe upper limit, 2,500 to 3,000 IU daily, and only under medical supervision if necessary. However, a lot of supplements that are offered online have 5,000 to 10,000 IU or more. It's simple to understand how the damage accumulates when taken every day for months or years. Although Miss Dot is gradually getting better, she now requires routine eye tests, blood pressure checks, and balancing therapy. "I believed I was doing something healthy for my body," she said. "I had no idea it may damage my brain." I tell her story for that reason. Because nobody is meant to be frightened. It's about ensuring you have the information you need to defend your independence and self-defense. Wait until you hear what happens when a vitamin intended for heart and cholesterol health unexpectedly raises your blood pressure if you thought vitamins for eyesight were dangerous. Let's discuss vitamin B3, or niacin, which you may have taken or been advised to take for heart health. Another name for niacin is vitamin B3. It's frequently hailed as a healthy method of reducing cholesterol. Some medical professionals even recommend it. It is also present in energy drinks, vitamins, heart health products, and fortified cereals. However, particularly for older folks, this is what is frequently omitted from the discussion. High dosages of niacin can subtly raise your blood pressure and perhaps induce a stroke. Allow me to present Mr. Frank Miller to you. He is an 82-year-old retired Florida postman. He had a peculiar combination of symptoms when he first came to see me, including hot flashes in his face, a hammering feeling in his chest, and intermittent disorientation every morning. His wife believed it to be anxiousness. His son blamed his blood pressure medication for that. However, what is the true cause? Nobody had considered checking it. Dennis had been taking a heart-healthy vitamin that was available over the counter. According to the front label, it promotes circulation and cholesterol. The rear? Each meal contains 1,000 plowers of niacin. Twice daily, he took it. That's 2,000 a day, more than 60 times what the majority of seniors require. This is the result of taking large amounts of niacin. Your face may flush or feel warm because it causes your blood vessels to suddenly enlarge. However, those identical vessels contract and snap back shortly after. This abrupt constriction might cause your heart to work harder, elevate your blood pressure, and decrease blood flow to your brain. This yo-yo effect eventually resembles hammering a nail into brittle glass. After a while, something gives. Dennis experienced a mini-stroke known as a transient ischemic attack, or TIA. After 2 minutes of slurred speech, he resumed. He believed it to be an anomaly. I had to be honest with him. His brain was being subtly harmed by the daily supplement he used to support his heart. He's not by himself either. Many elderly people do not even realize they are taking large doses of niacin. They believe it's safer to get flush-free or extended-release versions online. However, even those versions have the potential to alter blood sugar levels, cause atrial fibrillation, and increase blood pressure. What you should know is as follows. Anything over 50 milligrams of niacin per day should only be taken by elderly persons under a doctor's supervision. Additionally, carefully read your labels if you are on medicine, have high blood pressure, or have problems with your heart rhythm. Dennis has stopped taking niacin. He's getting better. No long-term harm. But I will never forget what he told me. I believed I was doing everything correctly, Doc. I had no idea that I was using my brain as a gaming machine. Now that we've discussed 5 popular vitamins that can subtly damage the brain, you may be wondering what to take in its place. Better yet, what am I supposed to eat? Let's discuss true food, that is, food that shields your brain without posing any dangers. You may be asking yourself by now, what should I do if these vitamins can be risky? It's an excellent query. In actuality, your body was not made to function on medications. It was designed to live on actual food. Your brain recognizes, absorbs, and uses whole, natural, nutrient-rich foods in precisely the proper amounts. I'd want to tell you about Margaret Wilson, Mrs. She is a 73-year-old former Arizona school principal. She pulled out a drawer full of pills when we first met. B-complex for energy, niacin for cholesterol, vitamin D for bones, vitamin E for the heart, a multivitamin, and a few more for brain support. "Doctor," she said, "I'm doing everything correctly." However, she was experiencing morning vertigo. She was unsteady. Her blood pressure continued to rise. The numbers didn't add up, so we took a drastic step. We got rid of the mess. We removed the medications one by one and swapped them out for meals. There is no miracle diet. Not a fancy program, just basic, complete foods in the appropriate amounts and at the appropriate times. This is what she had for breakfast. A glass of room-temperature water to hydrate the brain, a half avocado full of healthy fats, a piece of whole-grain toast for gradual, consistent energy, a handful of blueberries full of antioxidants that protect the brain, and 1 boiled egg for clean protein. She occasionally added a few almonds or walnuts, that's all. No powders, no medication, only food. Genuine, identifiable, and nourishing. Maggie observed a change in a matter of weeks. Her vertigo subsided. Her blood pressure leveled off. She felt energized again. She also told me that she had more clarity in her head than she had in years. Here's why it was successful. Your brain requires natural vitamins, steady nutrition, healthy fats, and water. Megadoses are not necessary. It requires equilibrium. Leafy greens like spinach and kale, which are high in antioxidants and folate, and fatty fish like salmon or sardines, which are high in omega-3 fatty acids that protect brain cells, are some of the greatest diets for older folks. Berries for their anti-inflammatory polyphenols. Nuts and seeds for brain-healthy lipids, magnesium, and vitamin E. Whole grains to promote circulation and maintain normal blood sugar levels. Additionally, keep in mind that these foods do more than just shield your brain. They also support your mobility, mood, bones, and heart. You're not merely consuming food. With each bite, you're getting better. The last warning. The best medicine is awareness. Every decision is more important at this point in life. In actuality, what really protects you is not the medications you take, but rather your understanding of them. At 60, 70, or 80 years old, your body no longer processes supplements in the same manner as it did decades ago. If you're not careful, even well-intentioned habits, like taking vitamins, can subtly backfire. Your best medicine is awareness because of this. Vitamins should be respected, but you shouldn't be afraid of them. Examine the labels. Consult your physician. Additionally, pay attention to your body, particularly when it murmurs. Please let me know in the comments if this video touched you in any way. Starting tomorrow, what is one change you plan to implement? Please like this if it was useful to you so that others can find it as well. Additionally, kindly subscribe to Senior Health so that together we can continue to grow, learn, and remain strong. If you're watching at this moment, please know that you're with me. If this video resonates with you, type 1 in the comments section. If not, type 0. On this journey, you are not traveling alone. Furthermore, you can always regain control over your